Hey there, Capricorn. This is Joy with Joy the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you are new to this channel, click that subscribe button down below, baby. It is free as always. And as always, I am happy to have you here, bringing your bright, bold, beautiful self to contribute to the energy of this reading. Now, I'll tell you, I did a little meditating ahead of time to start doing a bit of a channel message leading into the reading, but you have yet again, I guess, driven the point home. You're wanting to know that reward is coming. It's not that it's even just coming. It's like when the space shuttle, well, here in America, they launch the space shuttle and they do this big countdown. So much planning, so much preparing has gone totally into it. But by the time they're in that final countdown of the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it is already in procession, okay? So what you need to know is it is already on its way, Cappie. And you're like, what is that? Well, the pitment, let's see how close I can get to this camera. We have the Six of Cups coming in here and the Seven of Pentacles. It's already coming into the Six. So from the hard work of where you've been putting in, hoping to see, you're now going to begin to see the reciprocation, the balancing between you and life itself. And the things from the past, things hoped for, are coming into the return. So this has to do with energy from last year. Application, filling up the Big Dipper is going to start spilling and fulfilling. So let me get my notes so I can tell you a little bit about it, Cappie. So what it was really talking about is coming into yourself, expansion and the feeling of yourself, pleasure awakening in all dimensions. Now I love that, Cappie, because before you weren't one dimensional, but the way you had to live. Okay, that Six of Cups is really about the balance between what's in you and what's around you. So now that you've been saying no to otherness and yes to you-ness, it's beginning to come into balance. It's coming into the state where you're feeling relaxed. You're able to move forward, not always just being run to the highs and the lows by other people's whims, okay? And it's not putting everything on other people, because remember, this channel, we put the power in our hands. The awareness and the knowledge of the energy so that we can synergize and get in alignment to the facilitation of our beauty. Beauty is being the same on the inside as the outside, men or women, okay? So it's talking about establishing those cosmic connections, not just with humans here, but this is also about source and resource. See those clouds, that spirit coming on down for you here? Let me pause this and see if I can get that camera in a close up. So how is that? Maybe now you can see what I'm talking about. Look at this. See those clouds coming on down, and normally the card is like this, building up steam, getting hot and heavy in there, but no. This is that Big Dipper pouring out and spirit coming down here. And what spirit? That is you. That is you being determined to live fulfilled and satisfied here on earth, okay? So there's also a Chiron activation going on for you inside and out. It is the center of health and is dispelling some much needed illusion. The illusion isn't needed, the dispelling, it has been needed and necessary. So this leads you to the place where you honor yourself from your heart. I like halting at the word honoring yourself. Okay, that's pretty fantastic to me, Capricorn. But it is coming forth from the heart, not any efforting of the mind. It's bypassing any beingness, any work being done, because we're already in the countdown. We're already in position to receive celebration. I love that for you, Capricorn. So, you know, we have a little affirmation coming on in now. That's what we do here. And to go along with your reading, or what is about to be, we don't even know yet, but it says, I allow myself to be happy. I like that for you, Cappie. Okay, say it with me. I allow myself to be happy. But I also know with this, you might want to check your Aries planets and placements because of that Chiron activation going on. So note to self, maybe even bring a piece of paper and a pen when you listen to these and jot down a few notes, because this is you getting together with yourself, getting together with your soul and your guides, your energies, what you've been going through on your journey to see what harmonizes and what resonates, not what I say, okay? But that's something that you might want to check out, is the Aries reading. but also the Gemini, because it's talking about coming forward from your heart. They really had that highlight in the Gemini reading, which, you know, we are the whole zodiac, but it was about coming together with that spark with oneself. Okay, so we got to dispel these illusions. What illusions? For one, the illusion of thinking that you're without, not having, that it's not on its way, because yes, it is. Look at that. Okay, Cappie. So now, one thing that I love is we're in this cycle of Venus going on. Venus is wanting to talk, and I'm letting Venus kind of come on in at the channel here, crowning the overall arching of the zodiacs this first half of April, that's what this reading is for. But as always, they are timeless, because we're speaking from eternity here. But that's the Venus card coming on in, and Venus is about having to do away with strategy. Venus is about the reward. It's like when you've placed your order for your food, you're receptive and you're waiting eagerly, right? With the knowledge that it is on its way to you. That's what this Venusian energy is doing here. And it looks very good on you, Cappie, I might say. Now, along with Venus, which I always see as a star, total trip can resonate with your sun. See where the placement of Venus is in your chart. We have a playful star coming on in, the star card from the Nightmare Before Christmas deck, coming in along with the Tower. Now, this is a Tower of Power and a Tower of the Hour. It's coming in ripe and ready, because as we know with fruit, you pick it early. It might have the size, it might have the promise, but it doesn't have the satisfaction, okay? Unless you want fried green tomatoes, baby, then you go ahead, jump on it, because you know what you were aiming for, what you were shooting for, and that's what this star is talking about here. Being in the center of yourself, knowing thyself, okay? So that's what's crowning up here at the top, aside from our favorite friend, Big Papa, Big Daddy Saturn, the master of all, not just time, casting in his double vote for who? For you, for me, for all of us, that we can bypass these systems and limitations and be able to come into, pardon me, there's some clogging up the screen here, that we can bypass his limitations and be able to step into the appropriateness of the now, the shortcuts that are necessary to help kind of make up for a little bit of lost time. And not that the time was lost, it just got stretched, detained, distracted, disoriented from the era of Earth. Now, strangely enough, we're bringing in that era of plasma here at the channel, not just air, because air is promises, and that's not necessarily satisfying and fulfilling. The idea of it's nice, but we want the reward that comes in with it, which is very much the hallmark of your Cappie read here. Remember, I allow myself to be happy. Happy is the nature of who we are. We are satisfied and we are fulfilled. So I want to start off with a spirals of life. I think a friend of mine said this is the Wisdom Oracle deck. Okay. Give us a spearhead for Cappie's energy. Now, remember I was talking about that cosmic connection coming on in. Looky. Co-create. Unlikely connections. And not unlikely like ain't never, not gonna, you were all blocked up against it. You just didn't see how it could be possible. But that's the thing, heaven is coming down to earth. It is possible. The 5D and the 3D are merging to become one. How? At the 4. The 4 is what they have in common. I absolutely love it because we have these other Hallmark cards sitting at the top. Y'all, I check all around to get the news. We got the 4 and the 4 coming in. The 4 of Pips, 4 of Spades, 4 of Swords. We have the 4 of Diamonds, 4 of Pentacles. But talk about divine order coming in into knowing thyself, but also knowing the energy around, because that Swords isn't the energy in your mind, it is the energy around your mind. That love is being written out in the stars for you. It is being made known. Remember those clouds that were in the card? That's what this co-created is about. That although they may seem unlikely, they're part of your destiny. So with destiny, you're wanting to step into the True Heart Tarot. Let's get a little bit of this bodily, heartfelt love here for Capricorn. Tell us the story of what is going on. You have our friends' help in this time, clarity, confirmation. Let's get it. Oops, I see ya. Okay, so you're really wanting to talk from the heart here. What is happening? That is not right. Okay, so there's a holdup in your chariot, first and foremost, is what I need to say, because the card that was stuck, and the reason being is it requires death. Okay, but as we can see from this death card, that is self-examination. All right, maybe the removal of a few unnecessary personalities in yourself, and you can maybe have even strongly identified with them, strongly identified with your purpose, your human role, your humanity in that sense. But this is wanting you to bypass that beingness. Remember that consciousness effort, and to get into your heart, your knowingness, your amness, the center of where we come from, the center of all life. Okay? It's the blood. Is the lungs, all right? And that's where the 4D is wanting to come on in. So you're doing a great thing here. You're tuning the heart chakra to the 4, which brings pleasure unto life and pleasure unto you. It's the balance between the inhale and the exhale, okay? That's what these chariot creatures are showing us down here. They're saying rest and reflect on that. Pa-pow. Okay, remember my notes over here, if y'all wondering. I allow myself to be happy. Allowing is very much in tune with that Venusian energy. Letting it come to you. Letting it come to you. Maybe you've worked your whole life for this. That purpose, you aren't going anywhere. You just let it go. Let it go. Let yourself live. Let yourself experience and taste life here. And that awakens these two cards. But the one stepping forward first is the Magician. Look at you in the center of your universe there. Large and in charge, like in command. And that's not like demanding. That is co-manding. Oh, the co-create. Oh, baby, you co-mingling with some planets. You working up some Venus here. I love that. Are you the one who's been calling forth that into these readings? It's called about the divine connection to oneself. So not only are you hearkening to the divine connecting to yourself when that return of your energy comes and it begins to be seen, tasted, known, experienced like that, that in turn, say, sets off the next piece of the domino, the next rolling forward in the like scavenger hunt. And that brings in what? Okay, Princess of Cups. Little bit of love, some starting foundation, and you're really talking about that 6 of Cups reciprocation that we saw in the Pitman when we kicked off this read. I love it. I love it. So let's get a Pearl of Wisdom. Let's grab one of these at the bottom. Man holding a coin, 4 to 3. Order coming to your creativity. Who orders some creativity? You've been decorating your house. You've been cleaning out some closets. What you got going on here? You got a little something underneath the surface. We talk about some mirror soul going on, cornucopia, golden abundance, 32, door to spirit. Some divine connection going on here. And that can be connecting with your divinity, the power of your permission to be happy, the power of your permission to relax, to rest, to reflect, to take time to enjoy, to cut out of work early, to take an extra breather, to not take an extra job, to let the mind rest from business systems, operations, fine tuning, that type of thing. So no longer seeming like you're pursuing excellence, but pursuing life and living. I love that because see, look at that cornucopia. Look at the abundance that goldeness ray brings on in. I love it because it's jumping up under the Magician. That's what this command and co-create does for you. Look at the abundance at your feet here and here, okay? Life is offering itself to you because you are offering yourself to life. It's reciprocated. I love it. Now, I gotta tell you, you're having me reach for the cosmic, but I really am hungry for the Mary L. And I know that hunger is you. Whoever you are, I see you. It's like stirring up in your belly. You're like, get it? Reiteration of the death. And this is coming fully through the song. Break on through to the other side. Break, break, break. That's it. And this is breaking on through the other side. The what? The synergy, the melding of the mind between your destiny and your divinity. Getting them on the same page. How do we do that? We take the red and yellow and we get into the sacral chakra. Now, this doesn't take planning, okay? It took preparation. I was about to say it takes, but you're like, took, already did, remember the card, and I'd show you, but we shuffled it back in, okay? I allow myself to be happy. Okay, so the death is there, waiting and ready, full and ripe, full of character. Like when you eat some juicy, unctuous fruit, you don't want it to be bland and blasé. You want it to be full of character to awaken all of your senses, especially the somatic body, where the experience of pleasure is. So that's what were you saying over here? Yeah, really, pleasure is awakening in all dimensions. I love that. This death is a dimensional. Death, all dimensions. Fan-freaking-tastic. Okay, so with that now, babe, we get into the mind over here. King of Pentacles. No wonder you like, let's conduct some business. Now, okay, we can get to business. We can talk about your money, Cappie, because as we know, you are into love and money. And that's what Venus is into as well. So why not? What is happening? Did that turn or who tried to turn? Who got smacked? Hang on. This isn't a smackdown here. The smackdown is on justice. All right. So I would encourage you here to know. Stay in the knowing. Stay in the confidence that life, remember how you were in the co-creation with life, in this abundance that was at your feet, right? And that as you are abounding and enjoying life, life is enjoying you, okay? That it is synergistic. So to be in that and to stay in the balance between the work and the play, the turning of the wheel, and knowing that it does all work out for you. Because there's going to be almost like a little hook back trying to draw you back in. Almost like grabbing you by your waistband, by your pants, like a parent would do to a child. So it's kind of like, So here it's that the wealth of your mind is being held for a moment. And it's held in the dream state between space and time. So it's a bit of wondering, is kind of like everything you did for naught prior to the awakening, okay? Now, the thing is life has a handle and a grip on this. I see the Princess of Cups celebrating you and cheering you, lifting the cup. And I also see the star interceding for you with Big Papa, okay? Your heart and mind are being made known. And just know with that, honor will be shown unto you. There's a card coming out of affirmators. It's still coming back out. Y'all, I mix that stuff up, but there it is. This is you relaxing and maxing here, okay? But it's really highlighting the violets, the purple flowers, the crocus, the things that come up in the unlikeliest of places, okay? Those things that seem highly unlikely or highly uncommon that come up in those places is the nod of this justice, of this love saying, I see you. Because Cappie, as conventional as you seem to be outwardly, we know how we are inside. Am I right? Okay, so with that, I want to get you a little air tape. I got lots of color dance on this table, wanting to know so much. What's happening? What's happening? Okay. There was a little bit of feeling left out. Yeah. So that's making me think of like even all the way back to birth. Yes. Even back to gestation. Yes. Cappie, you were born old. And that doesn't mean like decrepit, vitalized, like animals in the animal kingdom. When they're born, they hit the ground running and they're kind of independent, having to figure this world out on their own. So that bit of, you're saying loss, that bit of a learning curve, that bit of taking some brunt force going on with that energy. Well, I'm going to get an angelarium in here to help us with that, because we can see, yeah, you can see that burden has worn you thin, almost decimated your physicality. But that physicality really seems to be showing more as your soul, which is where the hunger was, right? The divinity and destiny coming together to awaken the star that you are, so that you can be seen and known. Not such much. No, that's the balancing. That's your beauty. That's your beauty, Cappie. So who's, okay, jumping in my lap. Okay, we got Simi coming in, the angel of vengeance, and Shatiel. Okay, so Shadi and Simi coming in. Silent lucidity. That's interesting. So this is letting life balance it and work it all out. Life is quite aware of dreams lost, and I'm hearing some of you sacrificed for the greater good of humanity, that if someone had to take the hit of the responsibility, that it fell to you, and you had that work exerted from your hands, which is the heart having run dry, which is how your soul got starved and tapped, because you kept denying your soul for the they're making me turn it this way, for the greater good, for the greater good, for the greater good, for the wealth of the world. That is worn heavy on you. And it's caused you to like partly disguise. Oh, you're talking about the eyes. The eye of desire. The earthen desire. And the spiritual desire. Okay. So, earthen and the spiritual. Okay, so spiritual's right eye. Well, your truth is coming forward here for sure. There's a little bit, I can't say of untangling, a little bit of smoothing out. I'll tell you what, a word of wisdom came from a friend that I was working with the other day. This wisdom word came forth, and it talked about washing your eyes every day and every evening. Just cool water from the left to the right, just washing or splashing your face off and bringing it off. I know it sounds odd, but this is talking about silence. So that's a way to honor your sacrifice, honor your payment, honor that learning curve that you had. And when I told them that, they said, oh, that's very interesting, Joy, because that has a lot to do with resetting the vagal nerve. So it's resetting you, recalibrating you in where you've had to tolerate for so long. I mean, you had to tolerate things that, you can see there's blood on the hands here. Tolerating all the irresponsibility, okay, of the world around you, and you had to take up that responsibility. So that's the bit of reset in the up around the diaphragmatic region that needs to be washed clean, which is very much the wheelhouse of the vagal nerve. So just take that time to wash your eyes and just wash that pain away, wash that sorrow away. Know that you're touching to the depth of your soul, to the heartbeat of life. Okay, friend? Let me see. Oh, goody. Here's what we have to crown our spread. We got a crystal card. Let's see who's going to come in for Cappie to help with that cleansing, that clearing, and the support and love of earth resonance. I see you. We got two. Oh, interesting. A lot of goldness, energy, wealth, and prosperity, because we got ametrine and citrine. So we basically have a double citrine with a little cherry of amethyst on top. That's all about the lower sacral regions going on there. And this is about earthly commands. I love that it's reiterating the code, the command. The life is on your side. You are on life's side. Stay in that juicy bit, that juicy vein of energy, and watch it work for you. Watch it work for you. Watch it work for you. You'll finally get to witness your star power, your worth of being born, of coming into this world, of the investment of who you are, because the seed you continued to plant in the ground was your own blood, your blood, sweat, and tears. That was the magic. And now life is sowing into you the green, the heart chakra, that energy, restoring your heart so as your heart beats freely and easily, and you can rest and relax and reflect and enjoy and taste and see that life is good. These are earthly pleasures too, y'all, okay? Earth is restored with earth, okay? Coming in there, bearing fruit, bringing it forth into the somatic, into the pleasure for you, okay? That then your soul becomes satisfied. Because that's ultimately what you were caring about, is the satisfaction of your soul for having come here, letting that purpose, letting that close out, letting that come to completion. That was the question, the apprehension of moving forward from this. So what I'm saying is I'm encouraging you, if it feels right to you, to move on forward as a Cappie. I am, because I know life has already got this in queue. It's already coming. The space shuttle's already launching, and it is on its way now, okay? I allow myself to be happy. And I hope you do too, Capricorn. So if you haven't already, click that subscribe button down low. Hit the like, the share, the playlist, the comments, compliment yourself. Any of that you do is a vote of love and support for the channel, because YouTube gets excited and they start sharing it around with people who've never seen it before, so that maybe they too can learn about their beauty, their life, and their wholeness, and step forward, and our whole world will be joyous. Beautiful, colorful crayon box of love. I'm talking about that with you. I vote for it. I hope you do too. Hey, Hartford Coats, I see you, friend. I love you, and I love you all too. Bye.